Welcome to Divine Intel. And today is a great day. Today is Friday, August the 21st. And we are going to have a lot of intel in my show. Forget about the coursing. I had a really bad feedback from my last video. But like I said, guys, the truth is rude. And the truth is very inconvenient. And the truth can hurt feelings.
How dare
Why
you?
did I have to use cursing? The way that I use cursing is to wake you up. And this morning I wake up in Ireland because people are still hoping that somebody will make you rich. And it will confuse you when the whole thing come out. So with us is the beautiful Shala Marie. Say hi, Shala.
Hi, everybody.
So we are going to go right now into the news before we go to the PowerPoint. Okay? Alrighty, then you're not going to longer see. You're not going to see right now temporarily, Chella, because I'm going to expand my browser. And here we go. The economic reforms are essential to pave the way to political social reforms in Iraq. As you know, guys, right now Mustafa is in meetings with Trump. Officially supposed to be happening tomorrow. But like I've been telling you, it's several meetings that he's doing, exactly as I told you. We got secret delegations in Iraq, exactly as I told you. So much that even Mustafa just recently did a deal with Saudi Arabia to level the oil production. Why are they going to do that? Take notes, because I'm going to tell you exactly what they're going to do. They're going to raise the price of the oil. They're no longer going to be members of OPEC. Trust me what I'm telling you. They're no longer going to be members of OPEC because OPEC will be diminished. And then after that, they're going to raise the oil price, and that will help the United States to back their currency with oil, gold, black gold. And then that will lead us to another situation to back currencies and the introduction of backing currencies through natural resources. That is what is going to happen. Watch. So the gurus are still going with the BS about the gold here and the gold there, and nothing happened. Just like I told you, because they don't know nothing about economy. Okay? So that's the way it's going to be. Now,
How dare you?
today we also have a news coming from Jordania. I think this is it. Let me see. There we go. It says, tripartite summit. Al-Qasimi, that's Mustafa, will meet with Jordanian king and the Egyptian president Amman next week. Notice that this is not one, not two, but three countries getting together. Now, let me read the article. Next week, the Jordanian capital Amman will host a three-party summit that brings together Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Qasimi, King Abdullah of Jordan, and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. According to the Jordanian royal court, King Abdullah II and Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and Iraqi Prime Minister Mustafa al-Qasimi will hold a tri-party summit in Amman next week. The summit, which is being held for the third time, will focus on strengthening economic. Listen what it says. The summit will held for the third time will focus on strengthening, making it strong, economic trade, and investment cooperation between Jordan, Egypt, and Iraq. In addition to discussing regional issues, and noteworthy that the first tripartite summit will held in Cairo in March. Now, what are they going to do? Shala, are you still there with me?
Yes, they're going to negotiate some deals.
Yes, but what kind of deal?
How to maintain all countries equally.
Yes, did I mention before that there will be a unification of economies in the Middle East? Yes or no?
You did?
I did mention that, right? I mentioned that there will be a unification of economies in the Middle East, and that will break the financial system in the Middle East. And then the dinar. And why? Because Jordania has the currency called the Jordanian dinar. See that? So
Yes.
right now, everything I've been telling you is happening right in front of your eyes. We are very close for the Great Reset. Okay? And the Great Reset will break the financial system and will bring our blessing. Do not expect that after they announce the unification of economies, the Great Reset will start right away. It will take a little time, but trust me, it will happen. Okay? God already told us through the prophetic word that there shall be a financial break in the Middle East, and then says the pause, the dinar, because the Jordanian dinar is higher in value than the Iraqi dinar. So all the dinars, and probably even Egypt will adopt the dinar. Okay?
Wow.
They will adopt the dinar. They actually can adopt the dinar, and that's why it's going to be the breaking of the financial system. Okay? Because they need to pick up a stronger currency, because what is coming is called a world war currency. World war currency.
And you said that.
It's a trading. All right? Why? Because when they introduce the human resources, not the human resources, the natural resources, when they introduce the natural resources, then we're going to have several events around the world looking for that particular natural resource that they can back their currency. Okay? Some of them will be backed by gold. Gold is not even worth it. So don't forget about the gold. Some countries will back their currency by oil. Some of them with technology. Some of them with anything else, with beans, coffee beans. But that is the real nature of the real value. Something that actually has a value, and countries have generated a lot of wealth because of the natural resources. Because in the reset, there will no longer be fiat currency. Okay? So that's the reason why they're doing this. And it's not coincidence that Mustafa is now having the summit with many countries in the Middle East. He's going around the world right now. He went through Europe, and now he's in the United States. And just like I told you, they've been going around with a lot of deals, right? So
Yes.
I have more information. In my special report, okay? And that special report is coming. And that special report is called, the special report is called Mustafa Meeting, the results, okay? That special report will come out right now, and you're going to see this, and it will be available Sunday. Today is Friday, right? Still
Yes,
Friday.
it is.
So Sunday will be available. All right, so like I said, I got more information about this meeting. And watch, when it happens, I told you so. Okay? All right, so now I believe I have somebody sent me the latest announcement of Hillary Clinton. I wonder, should we see the announcement?
That's right. We should.
We should, right? Okay, let's take a look.
Really look at it.
Yeah, let me take a look at the announcement right now.
I wish Donald Trump knew how to be a president, because America needs a president right now. Black Lives Matter. If Trump is reelected, things will get even worse.
Okay, now that you saw the video, what do you think about that, Shala?
Wow. Interesting.
She looks a little bit, a little altered in her pressure, and blood pressure. Even her voice sounds different. Isn't it?
She looks happy. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, that's true. Anyway, guys. All right, so this is the Faceless agenda, and this is your PowerPoint presentation, courtesy of your own prayers. So, the topics we're going to be addressing in this PowerPoint are the following. We're going to talk about the beginning. And then we're going to talk about the elites. And then we are going to talk about the faceless agenda. But before we give you all the intel, we're going to talk about what's in the news. Okay? So, before we go through this, remember, Shala, that I've been telling people there are 4 agendas, right?
Yes.
There's the Cabal agenda. There's the New Elite agenda. There's the Earth Allies agenda. And there's a 4th one, which is the God's agenda. Mm-hmm. And what was the agenda about the coronavirus? About the Cabal? The Cabal wants to keep us into the virus for many years to come. Mm-hmm. Okay? But the New Elites wants to end it by the end of April. And the Earth Alliance wants to end it also by the end of April, but wants to release the disclosure. Okay? They want to read the disclosure, which means that they can find all the cures that they have, that they've been hiding from us, right? But I said that God will give us his agenda, and he will prevail of all agendas, right? So this is a picture Karen sent me, and it shows in the TV, scientists warn virus may be disappearing too fast for vaccine studies to produce a meaningful results. They worry that the virus is going to away too fast for them to make a vaccine that they said will make it go away faster. As you know, they want to enslave humanity by giving you a vaccine. So God is putting his own agenda over all agendas, so we don't have to depend on no vaccine. Okay?
Yes.
Okay, now let's go
I think
to
everybody's gonna like that better anyway.
Yep. Let's go to the next news. Johns grants stay hours after Lyft threatens to suspend service in California at midnight Thursday. Didn't I told you guys that there will be millions of jobs, millions of corporations disappearing, and millions of jobs, and a lot of millions of people will lose their jobs?
Yes, you did.
This is just the beginning. Lyft has been threatening to suspend service in California because they need to come out with a clear identification of their employees. Are they free contracts or their employees? And this is something that the liberals are trying to destroy. Jobs opportunity.
How
The
dare
liberals,
you?
because we live in a state that is a liberal state, right? So there you go. So you know who's the friend of jobs are not liberals. Okay. All right. So this is a picture that was distributed, posted. Don't eat. This was a picture that was posting in my chat room, Benny and the Jets. The burger will go down smooth with Arden Venues meat softener. The only cadmium rich meat softening syrup.
Yum.
Now, take a look at the guy in the can. Doesn't he look like the devil?
Wow.
Take a look at it. It's right here.
He's
Look at
super
that. Look
scary.
at that face. Look at, even he has a little bump in the forehead. See that? Now this is no joke. This is an old picture. Now take a look at the baby. You see that? You see that nose?
It's like an adult nose.
It's a big nose, right? Okay, I'll tell you one thing, guys. Let me just tell you something. Do you know that Pinocchio is a satanic character?
Wow.
Yeah. It's a satanic character. Pinocchio was a satanic character. Why? Because whenever he lies, his nose will grow, right?
Right.
Do you know who has the biggest nose in the satanic ritual? The witches. Witches have their nose big, believe it or not. So whenever they introduce stuff, because this is not new. They've been introducing softeners. They've been introducing a lot of stuff to modify our food. Okay, they've been doing it for many years. It's just that people don't understand that. So this is something. This is a cabal all agenda, and it will continue in the future because we are going to run out of meat. Are you listening? We are going to run out of meat. And when we run out of meat, because it's coming with a big famine, right? So they're going to run out of meat because of emergency. Another virus or something is going to come over. So millions of beef, millions of animals will die. So we're going to run out of meat, and guess what they're going to introduce? An artificial meat.
Yuck.
Okay, they want to poison us. They want to make us sicker and sicker. That is a cabal agenda. Okay, so this is nothing compared to what's coming, guys. All right. Now, also, let me just show you this: why the Democrats hate God so much. This is a real video. Please pay attention and take a look.
David, to the conventions, there's a story that's breaking, actually, that you broke on specific Democratic caucuses reciting the Pledge of Allegiance at the virtual convention, leaving out the words "under God." Let's take a listen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
David, this seems to be a pattern. You broke another story on a related topic back in 2012. What's going on here?
Well, right. Back in 2012, we broke the story about those words "under God" being left, or the word "God" being left out of the Democratic Party platform. Here, what you just saw there was the Democratic National Committee caucus. It was a Muslim Affairs caucus, a meeting that the DNC was holding this week. They left the words "under God" out, as you just heard. Also, the LGBT caucus, that's what they call themselves at the DNC, also left the words "under God" out.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So what's the point of putting that up? Well, a couple of things. First of all, let's put this all in context and be clear. The DNC on day one did go ahead and say the words "under God" in their pledge. That was on day one. They also said on day two in the general session. But in these smaller caucuses, they're not saying it, at least in these two instances. The point is that there's an underbelly of a progressive far left that the Democrats are going to have to deal with, and that's what's kind of driving the ship.
All right. CBN's David Brody. Thank you, David.
All right, so as you can see, guys, it's no joke. This is not made up. The Democrats hate God. What are your thoughts, Chala?
I think it's absolutely sad. We need to have God in our hearts, and we need to spread that to our neighbors, our family, our friends, our church, our community. Everybody needs to have God in their heart.
And this is just a little example. Also, like I told you, for example, Joe Biden. Joe Biden is assumingly calling himself a Catholic. He's a phony Catholic. Okay? And he is being sponsored by the Pope, St. Francis Pope. Because like I told you guys, the Vatican, the Catholic Church, is being hijacked by the cabal. This is a plan for the globalists. Okay? We need to learn, as Catholics, we need to pray for our Pope. And it's prophetic because King Clement said, "I'm going to steal the Pope," meaning that he's going to make him repent. And also Mark Taylor prophesies that there will be a discovery, an archaeological discovery. And from there, it will be a big shakeup in the Vatican. It's going to split in two. And I told you that might happen because a lot of the files that they don't want to release, they will be released. And then this Pope that we have is going to be exposed. So because God himself, Jesus himself said that gates of hell will not prevail in my church. We believe that that is the truth, and we are the real church of God, the Catholic Church. And that's the reason why he said it more than 2,000 years ago, why all these things are happening. So, like I said, some of you will not agree with me. Some of you will agree with me. The end result everybody will see it. Okay? Everybody will see it, because everything is happening exactly as the prophetic word of Martel is coming, and the prophetic word also of Saint Malachi in the Catholic Church and other prophets in the Catholic Church. They've been prophesying this. Okay? All right. So now let's talk about the beginning. In the beginning, people, before I show up in the Netherlands, I show up with this face. That was my first face. The beginning. When I was looking for a logo or something that would identify me, because I cannot show my face. As I was going through the internet, I saw this picture, and then the Lord said, pick that one. Like that. And I did not want to pick it. I didn't want to pick it up. But the Lord says, pick that one. So I picked it up. Then I show myself with the name in the middle, as you all know. And as time goes by, I got a guy who designed my Faceless, and now it looks this way. This is my current one. And because of the pandemic, I make a joke, right? And now it looks like this, with a mask on. Now, understand that the reason why the Lord showed me, and I didn't know anything about this, okay? The reason why the Lord wanted me to go faceless was because later on the Lord told me that the faceless people will be the future heroes of our new paradigm, okay? It is even in the Bible, okay? It's even in the Bible that when you give something, you need to give it in secret, okay? And when you give something, don't let your left hand knows when the right hand's, so you need to give them in secret. And let me show you that part in the Bible, what I'm talking about. So, in the Bible, Matthew 6, chapter 6, 2-4, it says very clearly, the Lord told me this. He says, so when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by others. Truly I tell you, they have received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know that your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. The future heroes of the new paradigm will be faceless. And this is the reason why I call hypocrites many of the people who come out to me and say, I got so many humanitarian projects, Benny, to justify that they're saints. I don't like people tell me that, because you can tell the whole world that you're so good to people, but you are a hypocrite, because the Lord doesn't want you to have the praise of the people. I have helped a lot of people, but I don't come out in my show tell you, hey, dude, I helped this person, I helped this, I helped that. I don't do that, because the Lord told me that everything that I give, do it in secret. Because in the future, people, when the ERB happens, many of you will be having a lot of money. Some of you will be flashing the money like crazy, and will be flashing the money so much, guess who's gonna go after you? The cabal. You need to protect your identity. That's the reason why in the future, many of us will go faceless. The Lord told me that the faceless is God's new elite. So as I told you this, I just didn't know. I just literally didn't know that the logo of the new elite was Faceless. I also talk about this movie. I even have a video of this movie, B for Vendetta. Okay? B for Vendetta. In this movie, you'll see everybody with a mask. Okay? And what does it mean with a mask? The mask is the same mask we're all wearing because of the situation, the cabal. The mask represents the cabal. It represents hypocrisy. Okay? Hypocrisy represents it because you don't know who you're dealing with. That is the mask represents the cabal. You can watch my video on YouTube and it's called Are We Close to the Climax? It is in YouTube. I uploaded back in May 30, 2020 and it's still around. Way before everybody was talking about this movie. Okay? So, the mask represent the cabal. Those who don't have a mask represent the new elite or God's elite.
Yes.
Okay? So, let's talk about Mustafa meeting. And then we're going to jump up into the same mask. We're going to jump up into the beginning of the Faceless agenda. But before that, let's talk about the Mustafa meeting. On the Mustafa meeting, I already knew that Mustafa was going to spend more time in Washington. I told you that several secrets delegation were going to be in the White House, didn't I?
Yes.
I also told you, my people within my chat rooms, that they are at the DRB negotiations are also involved critical personal situations. Mm-hmm. And what is that critical personal situations? The safety of Mustafa. They're going to negotiate the safety of Mustafa. I have more intel regarding the meeting on my special report called Mustafa Meeting, the Results. You cannot miss this video. Alright, so you will know what's happening in the process of the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar. It also will be available in Spanish. And by the way, let me say something in Spanish so people can see this. El reporte especial de la Junta de Mustafa, los resultados se subirá el próximo domingo a más tardar y va a ser más largo que el de inglés porque les debo todavía el reporte especial pasado. Va a ser más largo, así que prepárate de ver más información actualizada de lo que no te había dado. Vuelvo a repetirles, no es que no quiera hacer videos en español, es que es demasiado trabajo lo que tengo que hacer y encima me atacan porque lo doy en inglés, me atacan por lo que lo doy en inglés y después porque me atraso, y si yo lo hago en español, me atacan también por todo. Así que he decidido mejor dejar de hacer videos en español debido a los continuos ataques porque nadie me defiende. Todos se quedan callados porque vivimos en una situación en la comunidad latina que todos se quedan callados. Así que ya me cansé. Pero voy a seguir sacando videos en español por paga. Así que si me tienen que atacar más por eso, que se haga. Pero yo no voy a dejar de darles información. También estoy dando información dentro de los chats en español. Y ahí murió todo. Así que los que están en mi chat en español seguirán recibiendo mi intel. Y los que no están, pues van a tener que pagarlo. A ver para que te puedas tú quejar otra vez. Muy bien. All right. So, my special report will be available.
And just for anybody to find that special report, you can also go to https://vimeo.com/on-demand/special report.
Okay.
The S on the end.
All right. So there you go. Now you can see this link that will take you to my special report. It will be also available inside the description box in YouTube. When you click to this link and go to my special report page, I advise you to register so you can be one of the first ones to be notified when my new special report comes out. Now, let's talk about the elites. For people who don't know this, I've repeated many times before. When I go to the meetings with the elites, everybody's together in one place. The cabal, the new elites, and the Earth Alliance. Yes, people. Everybody's in one place. Do we hate each other? Oh, you betcha. But everybody stays in one place. It's a ritual. And there are rules of engagement to respect. If you do not respect those rules of engagement, I don't have to tell you what they're going to do to you. So, everybody has their own agenda, like I've been telling you. Like I said, the cabal have their own agenda, the elites have their own agenda, and so does the Earth Alliance has agenda. Right? So, we know that God's agenda will prevail over all agendas. The elites know that it is one God, and they fear one God. Okay? So, I will tell you why the Faceless agenda has started. Not because Ben is saying it, but because I'm going to give you evidence. The Faceless agenda, within the Faceless agenda is the beginning, just like I told you. And they come out, they create a virus, which is another part of the agenda with the coronavirus. And everybody has the mask. The mystery behind the mask is that everybody will use the mask of the V for Vendetta, which is the cabal. You are being denied services unless you wear the mask. And later on, they're going to bring a vaccine, and you're going to have to prove them with some kind of physical mark that you have the vaccine on it. Because if you don't have the vaccine, they're going to deny services. They can deny everything. They can deny you to buy food. They can deny you to eat. They can deny you to be in school. They can deny you everything. But like I said, God's agenda will prevail over all agendas. So much that he is going to delay the cashless society. He will delay the cashless society. He's delaying it right now. Because God's agenda needs to prevail over all agendas. God will allow anything that happens only if he will use the same tool against the enemy. What was the tool that the cabal uses? The virus. And now he's disappearing it. Because it doesn't matter if they use it and create it on a laboratory that was prophesied by Prophet Charlie Shamp. He actually prophesied it. Mentioning that the enemy is creating this. Who's the enemy? China, the cabal, the deep state. And now, because of this virus, just like I told you, they want to give you the new paradigm according to their crisis agenda. Now they want to get rid of Donald Trump. How they want to get rid of Donald Trump? By removing the postal office. The Democrats are defunding. They don't want to defund the U.S. mail office. They want to give more money because what they're pushing is for everybody to vote by mail, right, Chala?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
They want to promote that everybody vote by mail because of what? Because of the crisis. Because if they're telling you that you cannot be together in one place because it's dangerous. You need to understand that the demons, the word demon means intelligence. This is a master plan from the enemy, from the cabal, but it will remove by the master plan of God, the brilliant plan that King Clement prophesied it. So, understand how the elites are taking advantage of all humanity by giving you crisis. And I even told you months ago before it even started that they will use the crisis for everything, for the currencies to revalue, for changing the paradigm, for changing the way you live, everything. They will try their best to do that. But for now, God will not allow it. He will use the same tools that these people are doing it against them. Am I being clear, Chela?
You are.
So, how do I know that the faceless agenda has started? We know that this cabal does not do anything unless they announce it. Subliminal, right?
Right.
So, how did I know that? We got the sources. The Economist magazine. Take a look at the Economist magazine. The absent student. How COVID-19 will change college. He has no face. Why? Because of the COVID-19, they're going to destroy our education system. Why the education system? Who's going to destroy it? The new elite, not the cabal. The cabal is using the same agenda of the new elite and basically announce it to the world. But the new elite wants to destroy the education system. And why he wants to destroy the education system? Because of the education system has brainwashing you. The education system has not teach you the reality, the real truth. The education system has made you a puppet. Because when you go to college, they teach you all the skills you need to work for somebody else, not for you.
That's right.
To work for somebody else, not for you. They don't want you to be independent. They don't want you to be independent. They want you to continue to be dependent of the system, the diabolic satanic system. Back in Jesus' times, everybody was dependent, independent. Everybody was independent. Everybody earned their living their own way. Mm-hmm. And as time goes by, that option of being independent was diminishing, disappearing. That's when you see all these multimillionaires, they did it because they did it on their own. They did it solo. So in the future, guys, the subliminal message is right now. It's going to be absentee, meaning that you are not going to be seen. Just like that, with Faceless. They want all the colleges. Some colleges are going to go out of business. Are you listening? Take a note. Some of the biggest colleges within the United States will go out of business. And why will they go out of business? Because the whole infrastructure for thousands or hundreds of years, it will be diminished. They will go and they will be forced to be online. Some of them will go 50% online, some of them will go 100% online, but they don't want you to be in class anymore because of the crisis. So they're going to push for the virus. They're going to push for more crisis and crisis. And some colleges will go out of business and some will sustain. That's what that will be. The big geniuses will be faceless and the big heroes will be faceless. And when you give gifts to the needy, you need to be faceless according to the word of the Lord. Now let me talk about this. The word absentee is a subliminal message. The word absentee is a subliminal message. If Donald Trump is the leader of the new elite, he must play the game. I'm going to repeat that again. If the leader of the new elite is Donald Trump, he must play the game of the absentee. And right now, he's playing the game. Take a look. Donald Trump, this is his Twitter. Absentee ballots are a great way to vote for the many senior citizens, military and others who can get to the polls on election day. These ballots are very different from the 100% mail-in voting, which is ripe for fraud and shouldn't be allowed. There's a big war right now in the government because Donald Trump doesn't want the mail-in votes. It's going to be fraudulent. They know they can make him lose. And he's actually promoting absentee ballots. See that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the truth. And in the near future, everything will be absentee.
So do you think they'll do that with blockchain technology?
Yes, there will be a blockchain technology, but it has nothing to do with this topic, but it's okay. All right, guys. So the education system that I was talking about, they need to get rid of the education system because of the reason I told you. Okay? Why? Mm-hmm. The education system has been the system that the cabal has used for centuries against humanity. They have been watching you. How are they going to destroy it? With a virus. If you want to survive in the near reality, in the near way of thinking, in the reset, in the new paradigm, you need to become independent. And many of you cannot even grasp the idea because you've been working all your life for somebody else. You already have making other people rich. Some of you even feel proud that you're working for a company. I know that. I used to be there. I know that feeling. You did everything you did because you wanted to have a successful career. I got it. But now in the future, you need to become independent. That is the reason why I promote Atlas and Beyond. I promote Atlas and Beyond so you can learn how to trade. So you can also learn so you can earn as you're learning. And that's my first link. That's my first link. Divine Intel, my Atlas and Beyond.com. If you want to join, I welcome you. I promise you I'm not going to leave you alone. We're going to be having meetings with Zoom with the company. And as you learn, you will love it because this company supports you 100%. I'm only doing this, guys, so you can learn how to become independent. Some of you already are. You get it. And some of you have never actually done it. I understand you're probably afraid of this. Probably trading is not for you. Got it. Don't worry about it. Okay? But maybe selling. Some of you love to sell. We got tremendous products. Okay? CMB. Okay? So join us. If you want to join us, here's my link. Or Kevin McCoy links. Whoever does, it doesn't matter. Okay? So, this was your live show, free show. And this is the 2 simple ways to give to my show. If you want to donate anything you want to, you can do it to PayPal by paypal.me/the fake news show. And the second one, mail your money order only to Benny Wilson, 3680 Wilshire Boulevard, P.O. Box 1245, Suite P04, Los Angeles, California 90010. Is there anything you would like to add, Chala.
Any questions that you might have for Answer That, Scratch That, you can send them into writetochella@yahoo.com.
Okay, now, I would like to address something regarding asking questions. We had a little situation in my chat room, one of my chat rooms, and they asked Chella about one of the things that Dr. Lamar Price talked about, bacon settle. Guys, let me just tell you something. You can disagree with the doctor. You're free to do so. You're a free man and free woman, okay? You may not agree with anything that the doctors have said. That's fine. But when you convert the disagreement to insult somebody, that is not welcome. When you becoming a pain in the ass because you just want to postpone, you want to introduce that's crazy, that cannot be accepted, then it's violence. And like I said, you can disagree. That's fine. You cannot even like me because I use profanity. That's totally fine. All right? But when you are in my chat room, guys, I want harmony. I want harmony from everybody, because without harmony, you cannot get the intel. You will not be enjoying your time in my intel. I want enjoying time in my intel, in my chat rooms. I made a lot of jokes. I share a lot of jokes. People get and start, they start laughing. We get beautiful time in my chat rooms. But when I see people like this, not because of disagreement, but because they start attacking anybody, including Chella, then you're messing around with me. Chella has no obligations to be in any chat room. If she leaves, then you're going to have to deal with me. Because I'm giving you the choices to open your mind. And if you don't agree anything, that's fine. Just don't agree. But when you start attacking other people, that is not acceptable, guys. Okay? I disagree many things that many of you believes, like your dogmas and stuff like that. Did I ever attack you? No. I have never attacked anybody, including Christians. If you cannot live in a harmony environment, please stay away from my chat rooms. Thank you so much for your attention. God bless each and every one of you. God keep you. Say hi, say bye, Chala.
Bye, everybody.
Okay, for one moment, Chala's audio went off. It's all right. All right, guys, so this is it. This is a wrap up. I hope that you enjoy this information. By Sunday, I'm going to have the special report. And I'll see you next time.
See you later, everybody.